All right, let's get to the hate list. Sad to see this name on there, Matthew. Jacory Croskey-Merritt, after he had a very favourable matchup against Dallas, who expected him to have a good game. A lot of it was outside of his control with the game script and Daniels going down. But disappointing game there, and doesn't get any easier against the Chiefs.
It certainly does not. I mean, again, Washington, as you mentioned, my Commanders 12.5-point underdogs to the Chiefs. They had the third lowest implied team total on the Week 8 slate. And so as double-digit underdogs, one of the concern here is that on the season, Jacory Croskey-Merritt, Bill, has a 5% target share. He's never had a game with more than 2 targets. So if they're down big, which is what we expect to the Chiefs, he's just not going to be in the field. It's going to be Jeremy McNichols. Very quietly, as much as we love the explosiveness, as much as we love the story of Jacory Croskey-Merritt, Bill has now had under 11 fantasy points in 5 of the 6 games he's played this year, including the 2 Marcus Mariota starts. And so I'm going to have to start him on my crappy team because I just don't have anyone that's going to touch the ball, and I'm hoping he falls in the end zone. But, he's on the hate list. He's my running back 25. If you could avoid starting him, I would. Now, again, some of the numbers are, he's lost a couple of fumbles, so that's minus 2 points. So without the fumbles, maybe the numbers look a little bit better. But still, nothing here points to him having a great game.
Yeah, for those couple of weeks, and it started with the Chargers, he was starting to get that volume, and that's what we really like. That's what we wanted to see be consistent. But to your point, if they do so fall behind, then it's going to be a tough situation seeing McNichols come in when you have to actually start him in your leagues like you do.
Yep, another rookie running back who had high expectations last week and delivered, unlike JACM, was Quinshon Judkins, who got the 3 touchdowns against the Dolphins. He wasn't particularly efficient, though, and I don't think that was his fault because his yards after contact were phenomenal. It's just that he wasn't getting any yards before contact. Now he's a really tough matchup with the Patriots.
And one thing is for certain, if they get near the goal line, they'd rather snap him the ball and let him run it in than to just run a regular offensive play. But that's the Dolphins' run defense. Now you're going against the Patriots, who allow the 6th fewest fantasy points to running backs. They've only allowed 59 rushing yards per game and 2 total rushing touchdowns this season to running backs. Quinshon Judkins had 3 touchdowns last week. The Patriots have given up 2 this year. Ashton Genty, Devon Achane, who we like this week, James Cook, Jalen Warren, Alvin Kamara have all been held to 50 rushing yards or under versus this New England Patriots defense. So for Quinshon Judkins in such a conservative offense where if you're the defense, you know they want to run the ball and you know they're not going to throw the ball past 4.5 yards, they're going to throttle down and they're going to play that run. So it's going to be tough for him this week.
Yeah, by the way, I'm turning down the trade. Just for this week, that's very convincing, Lawrence. I'm happy to revisit it next week. I'll give you Jacory, but this week I need Derrick Henry over Quinshon Judkins. I'll give you Jacory Croskey-Merritt for Quinshon Judkins.
That's no deal. Not even close. Throw in Derrick Henry, we might have a deal.
No.
Question from Ved: Judkins or Scatterboo rest of season? That's close.
You know what? That is very close. I'm going to say Judkins. Just because I feel better about his role. I'm a little nervous about Scatterboo because Jackson Dart is a threat. I feel like they will ramp Tyrone Tracy up a little bit. Scatterboo's still going to be the Giants running back you want, but I feel I could see a scenario where Scatterboo gets game scripted out, where Judkins is just it doesn't matter. They're gonna he's
against Pittsburgh. Judkins was limited to 12 carries, 36 yards when they got behind. So there's that. So you got something. There's something there, but
yeah. And it's a close one, and obviously Scatterboo's more involved in the passing game than Judkins is. But I'm going to still say with Judkins.
Yeah, I would go Judkins.
Yep, Judkins for me too. He's just the fact that he gets work even in blowout losses. He's able to get 20 carries against the Lions when they lost by 20 plus points. Quickly, Woody Marks on the hate list for me. Difficult matchup against San Francisco. Game's hovering around Pig. Not sure if Nico Collins is going to play, and they may see the Judkins treatment where you're just loading the box. The Niners, even though they're missing Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, still a very well-coached Robert Saleh defense. And the one thing about them, too, is they tackle. They didn't let Bijan Robinson get free at all. And if Bijan Robinson can't do much on the ground against the Niners, I don't think that Woody Marks will either.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com. And I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. Or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.